This is a Jund Sacrifice deck. The purpose of the deck is to sacrifice permanents, whether they are creature tokens, actual creatures, lands, or enemy creatures, and usually that will then let me build up a Blood Aspirant or a Korvold that can go in and cause enough damage to win the game. There are also smaller damage dealers such as the Mayhem Devil and the Cauldron Familiar, which can do damage throughout the game and build up. The core sacrifice outlets for this deck are the Witch's Oven, which allows me to sacrifice creatures, Blood Aspirant, which allows me to sacrifice creatures and enchantments, which is important for Treacherous Blessing, which I'll discuss later, Woe Strider, that lets me sacrifice creatures at any time and gives me a Scry 1 in return, and also Korvold, who sacrifices a permanent when he enters the battlefield and when he attacks. The benefits of sacrificing permanents are mainly to increase the size of Korvold and the Blood Aspirant, but also every time I sacrifice a permanent, Mayhem Devil deals 1 damage. It should be noted I also have Fabled Passage in the deck, which will sacrifice itself and get a new land, which triggers all of these. With this, I also have the Cauldron Familiar and Witch's Oven, which is a great little sacrifice engine and can be very potent if I have, say, 2 Witch's Ovens out by turn 3 and a Blood Aspirant and a Cauldron, because I can sacrifice the cat, which is 1 trigger, then sacrifice the food that was generated to get the cat back, which is the 2nd trigger, and do it a 2nd time. So turn 3 I can have a 5/5 Blood Aspirant swinging in, which is a fantastic combination. Likewise, those constant sacrifices trigger Korvold and give me really good card draw. I have also put into the deck Annex Hardened of the Forge, which means that whenever a non-token creature dies, whether it's through combat or the enemy kills it, or by sacrificing it myself, then I create a 1/1 red satyr creature token, which can then be used to sacrifice food. I have built into it as well a number of 2 cards, the Claim the Firstborn and Act of Treason, which allow me to steal the opponent's creatures, which I can then use to attack, and I can sacrifice at the end of the turn using one of the different sacrifice outlets. So that acts in part as removal. I also have Drag to the Underworld as my other removal, and I also have Status and Statue. Statue is just an instant destroy artifact, creature, or enchantment, which can be very good, especially considering the enchantments that we have in the meta at the moment. But it also has Status, which works very well in combination with the Mayhem Devil, because it gives the Mayhem Devil +1/+1, but importantly gives Death Touch, which means that if I then sacrifice something, the Mayhem Devil will do a damage to any target. If that target is a creature, because of Death Touch, that creature dies no matter how big it is, which can be very helpful. I also have Treacherous Blessing to give card draw. When it enters the battlefield, it draws me 3 cards, which 3 mana for 3 cards is very good. But the downside is, whenever I cast a spell, I lose a life. But when it becomes the target of a spell or ability, sacrifice it. Well, the Blood Aspirant and Corvold can both sacrifice enchantments, which means that I can play the Treacherous Blessing, bring out a Corvold and sacrifice it straight away, or when Corvold attacks, I can sacrifice it there. So that works very well in this particular deck. The last things to note are Embercleave and Shadow Spear. Apart from Embercleave just being a great card, both of these give trample, which is particularly useful for Blood Aspirant and for Corvold, as they can get quite large, but they don't have trample. This allows the damage to get through. So overall, this deck has worked quite well. It's probably not tier 1, but it has had some very good games and it's a lot of fun to play. So a few games coming up, and I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so not too much attack, but I can start stealing their things. Okay. Okay. I think I want to do that. At least to try and get card drawing. That's not great. I don't want to do another one of those. But we can. This. Boost that up. And into the oven. Wait. Okay. just use that as a blocker. Might as well run that out. Because I can do active trees and equip that to the Pride Mate, get some life back. And that'll work. Hopefully. Okay. I'd really like a Corvold. Actually, I'll wait till next turn. Okay. Get that for Corvold. Let's do that. Now bring my kitty cat back. That gives me a life. Boost the Pride Mate. Then we can equip. Then attack. Okay. And let's get a food. Okay. They don't have anything giving life gain, so I haven't got 3 mana, so that's a better block. Do that. Might as well wait, because I'm not going to be attacking anyway. There's a Corvold. Okay. Do this turn. Sack of food. Another kitty cat. Okay. Let's go with the swamp. should have done that for the other cat. Okay, I think I'm good. Except I'm an idiot because I was supposed to sacrifice the treacherous blessing. Because I'm a fool.
I did not start this fight, but I will finish it. What a mess I've made.
Okay. That's a good game. That is for trample. Let's just beef him up a bit. Against decay. That looks very nice. Just need one more land, hopefully. Okay, enter tapped. Good, not mana with aggros. Gonna risk it. Okay, didn't get it. Go. Gonna go the red for Embercleave Annex as opposed to double black for the removal.
I will protect the virtue of this world. Harness the elements.
No blocks. Okay. We want Water Strider. attacks. So I'm going to claim the firstborn on one of the forests. Attack and sack. That's a problem.
The land fights for us.
Guess so.
You would make an excellent informant for my study. To the library!
Okay, I really need an oven. Isn't the best, it's really gonna just get rid of an arboreal grazer. That is a blocker against Kobold, so maybe. Flame does anything. If I get a land, I could Embercleave. Oh, that's not nice. That can't be done yet. Oh no, it can't. Ouch.
The past is never forgotten.
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
The land shall conquer you.
Oh. I'm not, just in case I get a land, in which case I can play a Corvold. And I can do damage to Nissa. But, this is rough. That. Suck that. Ping.
Let us talk of peace.
Card. Ah, nice. No attacks.
Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Is this the Hydroid Crisis? Oh. Well, that's that. There's nothing that deals with that.